prime time of your life. Now, live it. The prime time of your life. Now, live it. The prime time of your life.
Oh, let's go over some finishes. So, some of my favorite finishes. These clasping together. If they're being, if you feel like you can break the grip, really, you feel like you can break the grip, but they keep coming up like this. A really good way to stop that is to take my leg from, see how my leg's like kind of over his neck right now? You can take it and put it on his forehead. So that way if he tries to come up, it's really easy to push this down and make his body stay down, stay flat. Because if he comes up and you push on the neck, you have less leverage, right? But if the spine won't come up, like it's hard to sit up like that. You sit up like that, right? Makes sense? Just a leverage thing. So you want to go keep that head down, and it's hard for you to do it. Same thing if you're finishing armbar from the guard. If I came up, you finish armbar from the guard, one of the ways you can do it is not by gripping here, by going here and bring it back down. Okay, so it's the same principle either way. A couple other cool finishes, we'll just blaze through them real quick, are going to be, I got to get a couple of these to Eddie Bravo because that's where I saw them on. The X break is probably my favorite. I've gone through this before, but we'll just review it real quick. From here, this is a great foot position, and I'm just waiting to feel a little bit of looseness in his arm. He's going to eventually re-grip. When he does, bam. Both hands on the wrist, hips go up, okay? Another really cool one that works very well is just going to be, this is called the Noguera. So if he's got this grip right here, you watch Shogun versus Noguera and Pride back in the day, you'll see all Noguera wants is this to get under this finger. He takes his wrist right here, goes like so. Once I got that, I got it. I actually take this out, which is going to feel a little crazy first, right here. And switch just like that, okay? So you got to realize, you got to look at his grip and know which one you're going to do, right? If he's being real tight, he's got his fingers right there, I'm not going to peel him with my fingers, so I'm not peeling, I'm just going to dig with this. Boom. And I always switch old school Gracie style, just 2 hands, his thumbs up. If they're here, you can't figure out why the arm lock's not working, it's because the thumb's not facing straight up. Okay? So if we roll this way, I need to keep the thumb straight, whichever way my hips are going. You know what I mean? That's where the arm lock's gonna work. Okay? One more cool one that works really well. This is called Douchebag. Go with the Douchebag. And again, another Eddie Bravo move. This one's called the Douchebag because either the person you're doing it to is a real douchebag, or you're a douchebag because you're doing it to this person, okay? But it works extremely well, okay? So you're trying to break this grip and it just will not break. You've been here, you got 10 seconds up on the clock and it ain't happening. All you do is take your foot, put it in his neck, and it breaks it every time.
Can you do that?
It's illegal in IBGF.
I thought it was.
It's legal in the streets.
I thought it was on the face.
That's what jiu-jitsu's for, right? The streets. We're rough and tough. I got 5 fights this week. How about you guys, right? No? Okay.
But I thought it was on the face. On the face near the chin.
So you put it on the Adam's apple. Right there on the Adam's apple. MMA, illegal. Look at this shot. He's like, can't wait to hurt a fool. Alright. So here we go. I like this Kimura grip a lot. Okay? So here we go. Right here on the neck. Just push down like it's a release button. Cheap. Game over. Can you show one more from this? From that position? Yeah. Okay. This is a great defense position. This is actually a position I like to use when people defend the armbar. My favorite way to break this one is going to be, I still like to keep this Kimura grip because it's really tight. One thing you realize here is you can go a little deeper because they're holding on to that hook. They're not trying to let go. You can almost take your arm out and it's going to stay there because they're holding so tight. Okay. But what I like to do is I like to re-grip here, bring the heel to the top of their elbow, just like the head. Like I don't bring it here, I bring it to the top of the leverage point and get the leverage right there. This is a strong defense. It's my favorite defense. It really, really does work. Another thing you can do is if that's not working, they're just super tight, grab their hand here. And go to your other one, right? So this one, really hard, but right there, you got the flexibility. It's pretty easy for me. If it's not flexible for you, I understand, but right there at the top, kick it off. If that doesn't work, grab the hand, and now you're out of that, right? If he tries to go for it again, you got his wrist. Pretty cool. Does anybody else have any other spots? Yeah, what's up?
I just noticed how, this is an issue for me, when you hit that transition, kind of come off at that 45-degree angle. Is that premeditated or kind of just the nature of the technique?
When you bring the foot behind, it'll be at that angle. It'll be at that angle. So when I go here, if I want to go in completely straight, I'm not gonna be, I'm not gonna be under him. You see what I'm saying? I'll be here. It'll only be my foot under. So when I come through, that's the way it fits. Really strong. Boom. And if he grabs together, and I'll be honest with you, if he grabs together, I don't fight the armbar from right here.
You square up.
I square up. Okay. Now if I get in the transition, I take the armbar right there. If he doesn't, then I go to here or one of the other alternatives.
When you do that X grip when you break, does it matter which foot goes in first?
Honestly, this is kind of the way I do it. I usually bring the bottom foot in first. It can be on the top of the bottom once they're in there, but I bring the bottom foot in first for a reason. Because this will work, and you can still finish the armbar, but the armbar is your only option. If I bring this foot in, I can still go to this, but if he rolls up, I can also go to a triangle. Or I also have another triangle I'll show another time. But so you basically, because you have options that way. But once it's in, it's on top of the bottom, not gonna make a big difference. Any other questions?
Just a couple questions in the tournament. If you're passing someone's guard and you go directly to that, like, let's say you guys fighting me on belly, and like you just grab that arm and come around. When you settle after the armbar, if you get pass points,
Yeah.
you will get pass points.
Yeah, if you say, well, yeah, as long as you pass his guard.
Alright.
Yeah, as long as you pass his guard, you'll get the points. That said, I mean, I would try and solidify that position as best you can. But this is a point, it is a tournament, it is a game. Just try and score the points, you know what I mean? Anything else? Anything else? Cool? 1, 2, 3.